Tuesday, September the 29th, here on Tuesday at 222. Did I say Tuesday twice? I think I just did. However, I want to thank you for joining me here again live each week on Facebook. And remember, these videos are always uploaded to my YouTube channel under the same name, Tammeron's Place. Well, this week we have a lot in store, just with some astrology tidbits that I'm sharing here in the description of this video. I think it's going to be pretty intense. I don't even know if people want to come out of their house this week. So as in the description, I have noted that we have some incredible energies happening. We are currently still in the Mars retrograde energy, which is lasting for about 66 days. We're on about day 21. So if you've been following me here as well, you'll see my daily posts on my personal page, my business page, and on my Instagram, which is Tea and Tarot with Tammeron. You can find me there. And we are entering the energy of Mercury going retrograde in the middle of October. So that means we are in the shadow period right now. So some people are feeling the effects of Mercury retrograde. Plus, we have a full moon arriving in Aries in just 2 days. So I think it's a little intense out there on the planet. So let me recap what this means for you. But again, I just want to remind you of who I am if you are new to this channel. My name is Tammeron. I'm a spiritual guide, founder of Tammeron's Place, a retreat for spiritual growth for women, where I offer personalized half-day and full-day retreats, events, and my fabulous gatherings for women on the full moon. And coming up next month, there's going to be a live gathering on the new moon. And I just love to support women who are going through a spiritual crisis in their life. Now, that might show up in different ways for women. However, everything I offer is very intimate and small. And it's an opportunity for you to connect with me. And I give you advice and recommendations on all sorts of holistic modalities to use so that you can move through this crisis or challenge with a little bit more ease and grace. And using oracle cards or tarot cards are just another added way to get advice from spirit. So it's not me telling you what to do. We're getting advice from different ways. So it's a fantastic way to connect and to remind you that you are not alone, especially on the planet right now. Okay, so let's recap. What do these energies mean in astrology? Well, first off, Mars retrograde. Mars is the planet of aggression, but it also means passion, moving forward, the instigator of things. And when the planet goes retrograde, what that means is the planet of Mars is actually closer to the Earth. So we feel the energy a little bit more intensely. And when it's retrograde, it appears that it's moving backwards. And that just means it's time to redo, review, and reevaluate. And remember, Mars also represents in an umbrella business, all right? And yes, in business matters. So I'll just keep it at that, okay? So that's why we're seeing a lot of people are having to rethink or reevaluate how they're going to move forward in their business. But when it's retrograde, it doesn't mean things are going to run smoothly. It's time to tweak it, make changes. So this is what I'm doing as well behind the scenes. And you reevaluate. You look at something and say, did this work? Absolutely. Didn't that work? No, it's time to let that go. But with Mercury being in retrograde, which is coming up soon, that's all about communication. So how are we communicating more effectively? And when it's happening at the same time as Mars retrograde about our business, this might mean a lot of changes we're going to have to make on how we connect with our clients, how we connect with staff, how we can do whatever, or to expand that and to not just be local. Could we be having team members or connecting with new people in our business that are worldwide, as long as we have the internet. So there's always the gold nuggets in there. All right. Now, with that full moon energy, what the full moon does is it intensifies what we're feeling, because the moon represents our emotions, which means with all this happening, it's normal that people are going to feel a lot of anger and aggression. But the other side of that is, with this energy coming up on the full moon, is how can we change that? How can we look at the old ways of doing things, of communicating and dealing with our anger issues, and saying enough is enough? How are we going to move forward as a collective energy and create a win-win scenario so that everyone is able to stand up for themselves and have a voice and be heard, and we move forward? Because that's what Mars is all about. It's about moving forward. So I want to remind you, this retrograde we aren't going to start to see a resolve until early November. So stay patient, practice kindness, listen to readings like this, use holistic modalities that are going to help you reduce your anger. There's little yoga techniques you can do. You can drink things like the magic in my cup this week. I've got some lemon, just some warm water, and I'm doing a liquid cleanse for a couple of days because the full moon's coming up. So I want to let go of my old stuff too, and my old behaviors and patterns. All right, and find new ways. The list is endless, so I encourage you to stay tuned on this retrograde challenge that I'm doing every day for the 66 days. Okay, you can follow me on my business page under Tammeron's Place, and also Instagram, T and Tarot. My personal page is just personal people. All right, so let's get into the reading. I'm going to put my little magic cup down. Again, this is my cup that I love to drink out of during the week of the full moon and the new moon, just for fun, just to call in that energy and to use it at my events. All right, so stay tuned to the end of this video. I'm going to share with you how you can join in for either virtual events or live events. So this week is a question we're asking Spirit. I titled this week, No One is Perfect, right? Let's all admit that all of us have expressed anger in our life, and that anger is within us all. But remember, anger creates something that needs to be done. It's like, okay, we can't do this anymore. So there's a passion that's involved in there, and we need that frustration. We need to hit rock bottom sometimes, or just that feeling, so that something triggers in us. It's time to change. It's time to shift gears. Remember that saying? I don't know what it is. We know we have to change, but no one ever really changes until they have to, right? And that's the reality on the planet right now. We've all had to make changes. So here we go. If you are feeling that frustration in that anger in one specific area of your life, or maybe it's in a couple of areas, because what's happening astrologically could be affecting us in different areas of our life, how are we going to get advice from Spirit this week so that we can manage that anger, move through it more assertively, and just feel like we're just calling in a little bit of courage? All right? Here we go. The first card is always the challenge. The second card is the action step. And if the card doesn't fall out, I'm just going to take two from the very top, and nothing's fallen out. So the first card is our challenge. It's a water card. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to throw my glasses on. And the second card is an action step. Okay, so you've seen the cards. I think I need to put my little glasses on, and I decided to wear something fiery, so I had to put on this scarf today to represent that. So here we go. Let's take a good look. I will show you the card again. So the challenge is a 10 of water. So challenge 10 is 1, right? So that's all about new. A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships, okay? So here we go. I want to let you look at that card. Okay. So ironically, this is interesting because we're all going through such huge family challenges now. I'm currently in Northern Ontario, and that second wave of COVID, it's coming. It's moving through Southern Ontario, and it's vamping up every single day. Luckily, I'm in a part of Ontario where there's very low cases, so I'm pretty honored to be here. So the challenge is, how do we create these contented and rewarding family dynamics here on the planet? It really is about just speaking up on perhaps how you want to change things and move forward in the future. All right? 'Cause this whole COVID thing has really affected our families. The action step is, look at this, two. Two represents partnerships. It's about two people, one side of the other. And the card is all about renewal. What a beautiful reading. Review and evaluate, a favorable assessment of the facts and time to move into a new direction. That's that win-win I was talking about. I love this reading today. So if this resonates with you, go back and listen to the messages on the card and ask yourself, how can you move forward? How can you use your courage to speak your truth in a way that is not violent and it's not angry? All right? Think of what the other person needs in the conversation. Speak what your needs are and hope for that win-win, because we all matter and no one is perfect. If you have found this reading helpful, or if you'd like to share this video with someone, please do so. Again, my YouTube channel is where this video will be reposted each week. It's under the same name of Tammeron's Place. And again, these videos are on my business page under Tammeron's Place on Facebook. I look forward to joining you here again next week. My name is Tammeron. I am a spiritual guide, founder of Tammeron's Place, a retreat for spiritual growth, where I offer life-changing events, half-day and full-day retreats for women who are in a spiritual crisis so that they can move through with more ease and grace. Look at this. I'm having a little bit of a hot flash here. I'm probably getting a little warm with this scarf on. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again next week. Cheers for now. Bye-bye, everyone.